Hi guys, what's up to you? Welcome to Rumbi Uncensored. Yes, I'm so excited, guys. All right, so happy Monday to everyone. Happy Monday. Hope you guys are doing great, and welcome to Rumbi Uncensored. Can I tell you, it's a bit cold in Johannesburg. I'm shocked because the last time I checked, September should be very hot. Unfortunately, it's cold. Cold. All right, so a quick one, guys. I just wanted to say, all right, we all know that tomorrow is the day where SADC is going to sit down and really be dealing with the Zimbabwean sham election. And also, very interesting, Malema had to come up bashing ED and say SADC should call him to order. What do you guys think? Because I think he's right. He should be called to order. Very important. Are you guys doing well? Good to see everyone. Really good to see you. And also, Malema said ZANU PF is literally a syndicate of thugs. Good afternoon to everybody. Good to see you. As a syndicate of thugs protected by the army. I do agree with that. I'm going to get to that story a little bit later in the afternoon. Super excited, actually. Good to see you, everybody. All right, just a quick one. Let's get to see what's going on Twitter, actually. What's up? What is Twitter saying? What is it saying? It's so important. What are the trends? Who is really trending right now? Very important. Hope watching on is trending. Of course, I just praise for the right reasons. He is trending. Let's check in to find out why is he trending. Very, very crucial. Yeah, you know that today is actually Job Scala's birthday, but we're going to be looking at the letter that he sends out to the public, which is you and me. We're going to look into that later this afternoon as well. And it's very sad. 51 years in prison. I don't know for what reasons. I don't really know for what reasons. Why is he in prison? Really, honestly, why is he in prison? But let's check him out and see why is Hope Watching or not trending. So one thing that we must remember, let's not forget, people are speculating that ED may be looking for the third term, but let's not forget that ED confirmed that he's going to be to honor and respect 2 terms. So let's just take a listen to what ED has to say. Very important.
Terms of new constitution. In the past, we had no limit terms of leadership in the country, but the current constitution, which came into effect on the 22nd of May 2013, gives limits. Maximum is 2 terms for any president, and I'll abide by that. So let's not count this term. Let's say you stand for election. Let's say you've got another term. You could be president for the next, 5-10 years? It's only 10 years. The first term will be 5 years. Then another term is for 5 years. If I win the elections, that's the basis of how one becomes leader.
So ED confirmed, number 1, that he's only going to be a president for 2 terms, provided that he wins. But we all know what has been happening over the years, that people call him the unelectable one, but for some reason he wiggles himself to the top. And here he is as a president. And again, this time he grabbed the entire election, wiggled himself to the top. So it's a second term. People are speculating that his intention is to make sure that he changes the constitution so that he can, open door for him so that he can grab the 3rd term. But he's saying no, it has to be 2 terms. But I guess this was in 2018 or after 2018. You know how it is when you're still trying to act like you're a good person. I suggest that's why he agreed that he was going to pick up 2 terms. But I'm telling you, the story has changed. I'm not even surprised because ZANU PF has always been agreeing to things that they will never abide to. We look at the SADC, the SADC report that you saw, and they went wild, forgetting that Mugabe actually was a signatory for the rules or terms and conditions of how elections should be held in Africa, within the parameters of SADC anyway. But they are today fighting the very same report that produced what they were fighting for since day 1. So what kind of people are they? Because we all know how dishonest they are. They don't stand for anything. It's as long as it doesn't suit them, then it's not the right thing. If it suits them, then it's right. As a matter of fact, even if it does not suit them, they will create a situation that is suitable so that at least they can take over the place. I'm flabbergasted, but as for me, I don't trust him. I don't trust him. But Hope Ochingonyi said this is President Emerson Mnangagwa of Zimbabwe saying that he has no desire to do more than 2 terms in the office. That was in January 2018, talking to Richard Quest on CNN. It is a public secret that the 3rd term movement is already in motion. We have seen through the steps that are being taken, a lot of manipulations in terms of our processes, electoral processes. We also saw the constitution being muted for personal reasons. So people are saying, we know the 3rd term is in motion. Like I said, there are people who don't stand for anything. You know what I mean? They do not stand for anything. So who can trust them? I don't know if you guys do, but I don't trust them at all. I don't trust them at all. You see, it is a public secret that the 3rd term movement is already in motion. What you need to know is that a 3rd term at law is illegal for President Mnangagwa. It is unconstitutional. The Constitution of Zimbabwe clearly states that to remove a presidential term limits, you must have referendum first. Okay, so referendum, put that in mind, that for you to actually amend the Constitution, in order for you to accommodate the 3rd term, there must be a referendum. There must be a referendum of all people, all Zimbabwean people. But we know they don't care about Zimbabweans. They care about their minority, their group of friends. So let's see where this is going. You also say, even if that referendum happens and voters agree to the removal of the term limits, the current president can't benefit from such a move. It will be illegal. Only his successor can benefit. Sadly, there's an illegal and unconstitutional precedent that was set. Chief Justice Luke Malema is currently in his position illegally and unconstitutionally. They broke the Constitution by giving him another term. The Constitution was clear that the current Chief Justice couldn't benefit from a change of the law. It would only benefit his successor. So be prepared for another constitutional violation. President Mnangagwa's supporters have already pushing for a 3rd term, and knowing President Zimbabweans in Zimbabwe, you get it the same way Malema got back illegally and unconstitutionally. So people are saying Mr. Mnangagwa vying for a 3rd term, even though it is unconstitutional. But there is no constitution at the moment. It's mute. It was muted. I don't know when. It's what they want. They do as they please. But I told you last night that don't worry. Do not worry at all about anything they are doing. These people are literally setting a snare that will hit them heavily. They are digging their own grave. That's how life is. When you push people to the edge, you can think you're smart. But no, it's just a matter of time before you realize that no, you're actually not smart at all. So let's see where this is going. He confirmed that there are only going to be 2 terms for a president. So we need to understand how on earth is he going to amend and on what conditions, or what, on who approval, who actually authorized him to do so. But Malema is a body, and we know Malema too, for him to come back and be the Chief Justice. Zimbabweans are saying it is illegal. We all know it is illegal. But do they care? They absolutely don't care. You all know that they really do not care. They do as they please. If they cared, we wouldn't be in this mess. We are in the mess because we are dealing with people who do not care. And some of the comments were saying, why do you talk about constitutionalism in a military state? No wonder why we're in this situation. We have so-called educated fools who talks of democracy in a war zone like Zimbabwe. So it's one of the comments Charles Moffat says so. And then 23 August said, we are powerless, they hope for. No one will help us. He's changed a lot of things with no consequences. Saka, 3rd term for him will be a walk in the park. And Taona said Zambians rejected Chilua 3rd term, Malawians rejected Molu's 3rd term, and Nigerians rejected Obasanjo 3rd term. Will Zimbabweans follow the same precedents of Malawians, Zambians, Nigerians, and reject Mnangagwa's imperial presidency machinations? If that was possible, we would be in this mess, But the challenge we're having is definitely the army and the police. The army and the police should be, should stand by the people. Unfortunately, they do as they please, right? They do as they please. So now, Malema is saying SADC should make sure that they hold Mr. Mnangagwa accountable. People are tired. They have to do what they need to do to free or to rescue Zimbabweans. and we all pray knowing that anything is possible. I know everything is possible. So take a listen, please, to Malema.
Well, African Union is it's a meeting of friends who don't even call each other to order. They can meet with a dictator who has just, killed his own people, and then meet for the whole week and not even mention it. So we can't allow the African Union to continue to work the way it is working. We're talking here about SADC. We have a problem here in Zimbabwe. These members of SADC don't call the government of Zimbabwe to order because it's a group of brothers. That government is violating people there. It has just passed a law of gatherings and speeches and all of that. If they don't like you, you're having a political rally, they just send soldiers, they shoot at you and all of... No one in SADC has raised his voice to say, but what is this? So, we cannot have these regional bodies and the continental body, including Pan-African Parliament, by the way, which are not biting on countries that are engaged in wrong activities. What is wrong with President Ramaphosa calling President Mnangagwa to order? It will be coming from a good place. They are all brothers, they are all Africans, they all speak, we assume, for the interest of Africans. So we can't have a situation where we've got regional bodies, continental bodies that become a meeting of elite without concrete solutions to the problems confronting the people of Africa. We have a problem in Mozambique. The problem is solved by sending soldiers. Where have you ever seen soldiers solving a problem? Soldiers don't solve a problem. The leadership must meet and discuss and come up with a binding decision. That's why we say we need one legislature, one military, one currency, one president, so that we know when we go into Mozambique, it's not an interference, it's us providing a solution to our own problems. So we are not happy with how these things are structured. Well, African Union is
which I completely agree with him. Definitely. I do not understand why it's so difficult for them to just call the government of Zimbabwe to order. I don't get it. And when I say, why do they even have to call the government of Zimbabwe to order? Why can't the government of Zimbabwe just do the right thing? That's what we need to ask ourselves. Because when are we going to keep calling people to come and rescue us? Why can't the government of Zimbabwe do what's right for the people? What is difficult? What is difficult for ZANU PF to do what's right for Zimbabweans? We can't keep on blaming everyone around us. Why is it so difficult for us as Zimbabwean people to rescue ourselves from this mess? Why is it difficult? Like I've said, it's all boils down to the minds. When you look at people's comments, I can tell you how messed up we are. I do understand that sometimes because we are talking based on history or based on experience. But how many things that we have let go, that we came across in life, what is it about this political thing that we cannot change our minds on? Because we have been through the most, all of us, but we are able to move forward, aren't we? What is it about Zimbabwe that every time we do not want to move forward with our own words, is we keep our souls at ransom by keep saying that no, ZANU PF won't do it. Oh, no, they have to. We should all be resolute and positive about changing our situation. It should just be the same way like we wake up and say things have to change. We all have to say things have to change. All Zimbabweans across the board, we must learn to talk in unity. Where instead of us bashing each other, and I've always been saying, the challenge that we have is any person with an iota of energy, we crash. And I'll give you an example now. When we're looking at the Chamisa issue, Nelson Chamisa is trying, and the team is trying. All the people that we are looking up to as our leaders in the movement for the citizens, they're trying. But we're crushing every move they make. Oh, this is wrong. Oh, this is wrong. You can't defeat wrong by keep on bashing each other. Because as a matter of fact, ZANU PF love it when you guys are divided. That's why they keep on planting some dead cat strategies, so that you guys can focus on toxicity rather than saying, no, we cannot allow this nonsense to carry on. The shame of an election that we just passed now should be what we need to focus on. Not that, no, Chami says wrong, oh, it is what I am. No, we must not entertain nonsense. They know that the moment we just throw something small, they're going to run it left, right, and center and crushing each other and shouting at each other. Instead of saying, no, we don't care about all other things. We are focused on a shame election. The shame election should direct us to where we are going. We want to change our situation in Zimbabwe, notwithstanding what ZANU PF says. We want a better country that is functioning for everybody. That should be our goal. And ZANU PF love it. They love it when we are divided. They love it when we are fighting each other. There's a lot of mess that is going down in ZANU PF. But you know how united they are in the midst of their chaos. A person who fight even for wrong, that it is right. We should do exactly the same. This is why I've always been saying to people, I know you're trying to say, no, we don't want to bet the same strategy like ZANU PF. It's not about the same strategy. It's an issue of understanding how to fight when you're fighting a war. When you're fighting a war, you can't fight your colleague. Even if they are not fighting properly. No, that's not the issue. Is you respect the fact that at least they're trying, but you focus on the enemy. We should all, as Zimbabweans, to focus on the wrong that's going down in our country, but not focusing on each other and start attacking one another. That is not wisdom. I know, yes, no, Chamisa is not perfect. I know even the people that he works with are not perfect. They're human, like you and me. They're working under very compromised conditions. Instead of you and me saying, let's support them, you are attacking, you're crushing. Oh, they are not good. Oh, this is not right. Oh, sorry. Hey. We cannot win the battle while we're doing that. I guess some of them maybe for ZANU PF supporters. And I know we really want to do things right, but I think first thing that we must focus on is to extinguish evil systems. And then now we can set a ground of saying, this is what we want. This is what we want, and this is what we want. And we can start. But let's not spend our time attacking each other. Really, as Zimbabweans, we need to unite. Unity is what we do not have. We must agree that we don't have unity. Other countries, when they say we are going for this, they're after what they want. But we have allowed ZANU PF to divide us. And they keep dividing us because we allow them. And I don't want even to say ZANU PF, because it's unfair for me to call ZANU PF the entire party. But we have allowed individuals who are masquerading, as politicians, or who are using politics to do crime. So we must focus on criminals that have put us where we are now, and they've been holding us at ransom. We all know that there are so many people in ZANU PF who are suffering, which means they're also victims. Why can't we focus on the criminals and make sure that we eliminate them in our society? But we come together and in unity as Zimbabweans. That's what we're failing. This political thing is causing such a mess. It's causing a mess. Thieves are hiding behind politics. Allegedly. They do. Not even allegedly. Actually, they do hide behind politics. Because we allow them. By keep attacking each other. We should never do that. Let's actually unite, my brothers and sisters, and eliminate wrong in our nation. Outsourcing counsel and outsourcing assistance is great. But there's something so powerful when you can resolve issues within the parameters of your own home. Something strong. I'm a firm believer that, counsel is important. We need it because sometimes we may fail one way or the other. Counsel is great. But there's so much power when you can do things on your own and resolve them on your own. At the end, you'll be so proudful of the results that you actually going to produce. Very crucial. Now, SADC Extraordinary Summit tomorrow. Don't forget, that's where we're here. All right, so the news works reported because they were supposed to sit last week, remember, and then they postponed it to tomorrow, actually. And I also heard that those today between some of the people who will be in there. This meeting is not going to be a joke meeting. This is a real reality meetings. Now, we have evidence and so many things that has been happening. That's why I said it requires people wisdom to know that there was never a fight within Triple C. But we're throwing a dead cat to ZANU PF because that's how they do stuff. And they've always been using us, manipulating our minds. We're playing the same game this time. And they were running and saying there's a fight. There's no fight in the Citizen Coalition for Change, actually. So the Southern African Development Community SADC Extraordinary Summit of Heads of State and Government on Zimbabwe's recent disputed elections and other critical regional issues initially scheduled for this past Wednesday will now be held on Tuesday this week, tomorrow, the Newsworks can reveal. The crucial meeting will be held on the 31st of October, tomorrow, under the auspices of its current chairperson, Angolan President João Lourenço. A new SADC internal memo dated 24th of October, written to 15 regional foreign ministers, exclusively obtained by the Newsworks from the Zimbabwe Foreign Affairs Ministry. So Zimbabwe Foreign Affairs actually knew about this. Even those, that's when one ZANU PF was crazy on social media. That's why they were busy attacking Hichilema, attacking Dr. Mumba, because they knew what was coming for them. They were also trying to cause chaos in Citizen Coalition for Change, because they knew what was coming for them. They were trying, instead of you spending your time, try to find, or articulating your way forward as a party, or get to collect all the evidence needed so that you're able to defend yourself. They just wanted to throw this Songezo nonsense. Some people say it's going to be successful. Let's see where it's going. But I say to them, let them do what they want to do. As long as it is wrong, it's taking them absolutely nowhere. Where Zimbabwe is today is a result of flawed systems. They've been trying it every time rigging election. Results can show. You can't rig your way to the top. You can never get there, unfortunately. No matter how much money you have in your bank account, you can't be at the top. You are still empty. The actions can show that they are still empty. So the new SADC internal memo dated 24th of October, written to 15 regional foreign ministers, exclusively obtained by the Newsworks from the Zimbabwe's Foreign Affairs Ministry and confirmed with the regional bloc's secretariat in Gaborone, Botswana, says following constitutions with H.E. João Manuel Concalves Lourenço, President of the Republic of Angola and the chairperson of SADC, I humbly wish to convey on behalf of His Excellency the Extraordinary Summit of Heads of State and Government, which was to be conveyed virtually on the 25th of October 2023, has now been scheduled to take place on the 31st of October 2023. On behalf of the SADC chairperson, I regret any inconveniences that might have been caused by the postponement. As recently disclosed by the Newsworks, which has a detailed brief on what has been happening on the issue of late behind the scenes, the special meeting follows intense regional consultation in the aftermath of Zimbabwe's disputed elections held on the 23rd-24th of August. The elections left the country, region and international community more polarized and deeply divided, aimed deepening economic deterioration gripping the country. You also heard actually that Mr. Mnangagwa have been working extremely hard to block the SADC Extraordinary Summit. And that was reported by ZimLive. He has been working hard to block this Extraordinary Summit. Very interesting to know. And you know why? Because they know. They know. And still, they are trying to say nothing is going to come out. If there's nothing that's going to come out, what is it about this Songezo? If you knew that you already have the space, what are you doing with Songezo drama? What is it all about? That's a question that we all need to ask. Why Songezo drama? Why? Why did George Aramba hate to fight SADC if there was nothing going to happen in SADC? You know, yeah, I've never had any problem from Angola. Anyone, guys, if you ever heard that there's any chaos from Angola? Anyone, please help me. Was there ever be any story that you had? Maybe I don't read much, but you can remind me. Because I've never heard if there's any chaos in Angola. Angola has always been a peaceful country, actually. They may have their own issues, but I've never heard anything about Angola. So the president of Angola is going to be chairing the meeting, which I hope is going to use the wisdom that he's using in his country that brought peace. Maybe that can help the people of Zimbabwe. We're really the way forward, y'all. Some people are saying nothing's going to come out of SADC. But I'm a firm believer that God can use anybody. So I've never want to focus on negativity. I always want to believe that God can use anybody. And if the time is now, it is now. We are definitely vying for a fresh election, to be honest, because we want to restart a country. We want to restart this country. A lot is not in order, and we definitely have to do what's right. And some of the comments right there, Zambe said it was a sham election, and SADC News must just call for a fresh election, which will be declared free, fair, and credible. And Lacto say, it's someone else. But I know that's a ZANU PF person there. Whenever you hear someone who's bashing SADC, it's a ZANU PF. And Ryu Rafti said, I have a meeting. But I know some people also said, there isn't really, they don't hope much. I am hopeful because I know that the same SADC I used to know in the SADC that is here are completely different. So I'm hopeful. I'm really, really hopeful. He said, I have a feeling their last decision will be telling Zim to have a fresh elections. To say nothing will come out of it is totally wrong. They know what they are doing. The public shall soon know. And you know what? I completely agree. Let me tell you why they're going to command a fresh election. Do you remember what Mumba said when immediately after the election of Liberia? He said, we have no choice in Africa except to endorse a free, fair, and credible elections. Reason being, if we do not, there's always going to be consequences. So I don't think they are going to actually subjugate themselves to the harassment or the abuse of ZANU PF. I don't think so. Because they know that there will be consequences. Like I said to you, if any anomaly that can be used as a weapon by ZANU PF to manipulate themselves to the top, I can tell you, will never save Zimbabwe well. I'll tell you why. Because there is no success out of illegal or flawed systems. There's no success. You may say that I've got money in my bank account, but you know that you're empty. This is why armed robbers with all the monies, they can commit suicide. You know what I'm saying? They've got all the money. They have the money, but they can't eat it, but they keep on going out there to kill and rob. But you say, but you eat the one that you have. No, they can't. It's a demon. It's a spirit. It's far beyond just the action. There's a spirit that is pushing a person to the edge. What's happening in Zimbabwe? There is a spirit behind that is pushing these people to the edge so they can fall. You know, the devil is not, he's a master illusionist. He doesn't give you anything for free. No, you pay for it. So you may think that things are working for you. No, it's just a matter of time. So honestly, I know, I foresee there's going to be a fresh election. Because remember, EU is ready to fuck all the money for the elections. For those who have been saying, I don't think we can afford having a fresh election. No, we can afford. EU said as long as your systems are in order, if you're prepared to have a free and fair election, we are more than welcome to still fund it. But we cannot fund it under the circumstances of ZEC, Zimbabwe Electoral Commission. You know how much they've been doing at the mess there. We can't. They said we cannot fund that. So I am super excited. I really can't wait to see what's going to happen. I'm hopeful. I don't know if you're not, but I'm definitely hopeful. And like I said, today is actually Wiwa's birthday. We're going to be reading the letter that is sent out to the public this afternoon. I'm going to be running that story this afternoon. So guys, tell me what you think in the comment section. Because for me, I really want a free, fair, and credible election. Some people say it's not possible. I say it is possible. With God, all things are possible. I'm always hopeful. I've always been positive about life. I've never been negative because I know what God can do. He can make a way where there seems to be no way. You know, I've always been reminding that God can do exceedingly abundantly above and beyond what you can ever think or imagine. That's how He is. God can do it for you. So stop being negative. I also heard that today BT is actually in the space. It's going to be part and parcel of that meeting. This time we are not playing, guys. We want a free and fair election. What happened in the last time? We are not prepared to follow these crooked ways because definitely no one ever will make it while you cut corners. If you cut corners, nothing will work. There are processes that needs to be respected, and we need a free and fair election in order for us to settle our issues as Zimbabweans. Now, Malema said ZANU PF is a criminal syndicate kept in power by the military. And do I disagree? No, I completely agree. You've seen what happened recently when Mr. Mnangagwa appointed the military, who is, Spanda, as part of the Politburo, which is illegal. People are saying that's unconstitutional. An army commander can be part of a political party because they have to be non-partisan. But we all know over the years that ZANU PF is in power because of the army. Now, the question we need to ask is, do we really have an independent army? We don't have. So to me, I feel like these are just a few people who decided to have their bodies there, just start manipulating people. But personally, with the way I know Swanda, something is going to happen. Something is really going to happen. People are fed up. Even the army too are fed up. People are hungry. Zimbabweans are hungry. The army are also hungry. No one is safe. No one is safe in Zimbabwe. Whether you're police, you're army, no one is safe. Including you and me, we are all not safe. So surely what we can do for ourselves is to make sure we create systems, or we come together and unite and say, guys, let's fix our country. Not for politicians, but for ourselves. Let's fix the Zimbabwe that we all want. So I say Johannesburg, so that is South African opposition leader Julius Malema, when he describes ZANU PF as a criminal syndicate, rejected by the people, but still clinging onto power. The leader of Economic Freedom Fighters, which is EFF, South Africa's third largest party, told the SABC that President Emerson Mnangagwa's regime was being kept in power by the military force. If you go to Zimbabwe, ZANU PF is not popular. It's not a popular party. We all know that. Who doesn't know? It's a criminal syndicate that steals elections, uses the army and the police to intimidate people. Malema charged. Malema was discussing the decline of the African National Congress, which political analysts predict might get less than 50% of the popular vote in elections next year. The ANC has governed South Africa since 1994, when the country held its first democratic elections after years of struggle against a white minority rule. The history of the liberation movement on the continent is such that after 30 years, it becomes self-destructive. It becomes a snake that bites and eats itself. So whether the EFF is there or not, that was Malema speaking. The ANC is going to die a natural death. The same thing as ZANU PF, Malema said. I've told you, Mnangagwa was declared winner of Zimbabwe's elections with 52% of the vote in August, but his opponents accused the Electoral Commission of suppressing the opposition vote by delivering ballot papers late to certain areas. ZANU PF agents were also accused of widespread intimidation in elections, which observers from SADC said fell short of the standard of democratic elections. We all know the elections in Zimbabwe were a sham. So it says ZANU PF would die in a natural death. I completely agree. I know that we've been sitting in this situation for quite a long time, and sometimes it's hard for us to really understand where to and where from. You know what I mean? I get that. But what we must remember is there's, one of my brother used to say, any law like the constitution that you drafted, that Zimbabwe drafted, you are afraid that Mr. Mnangagwa can manipulate, this whole constitution just to suit himself, for the next third term if he wants to. But there are principles that you can never terminate or you can't manipulate. They are laws of nature. You call them principles. Life is governed by principles. It's not governed by manipulation or by positions of power or by money in your bank account or how much money you can spread and pay thugs. It's not governed by that. Life is governed by principles. That's why the mighty man can fall. How many men you have known? Many throughout history who felt that people were afraid of. Muammar Gaddafi, he was a man that people were afraid of. Where is he today? The mighty man fell. I've seen many of them in the Bible, the book that I love, the book of ages, the book of the recent and the book of forever. Mighty men were falling. And I'm telling you, you're going to see them falling in your lane there. Mighty men, mashadona se mashamba, muchaona. Very soon. But in a way, you're not expected, but it's coming. There's no human being on earth who ever did evil and get away with it. No. No one. Not one. As a matter of fact, the more evil you do, the more you're singing. But people don't know. Because God is going to show you who is really powerful. He is powerful. So I agree. They're going to die a natural death. Very soon, actually. It's very soon. I want you to prepare. Very soon. ZANU PF is going to die a natural death soon. God will make it happen. ANC is going to die a natural death soon. People are fed up. People are fed up of evil that is going on with these liberation parties. My point, I'm just saying, why is it they feel entitled Entitlement spirit. Why do they feel entitled? That's the question that many people are asking. Why do these people feel entitled? Because they shouldn't feel entitled. You should understand that all of us, we are Zimbabweans. And it's okay for Nelson Chamisa to be a leader. It doesn't make them less of human, right? It doesn't. You can be a leader and also accommodate the next person. That's what life is all about. We exchange. We share ideas while we're growing together. No one is better than the other. We are all important. We all have characteristics that are important, that are also required in this era, this season. It takes understanding for people to do right. And I think it's about time for ZANU PF to do what's right. Not for me, not for you, but for everyone. It's not an individual journey. It's a Zimbabwean journey. We must never forget. It is definitely a Zimbabwean journey. We are going to be looking at the story of Scala this afternoon. And also, yeah, I've got one of my friend who literally spoke about some of the things that happens in prison. And I think I'm going to extract that piece because I want you guys to actually listen to what's going on in the maximum prison. Very, very, because I love the fact that when he was talking, he mentioned that the reason is because there are people who like to do crime and they think that they're smart. It's better for you to be educated so that you know what's going on in prison spaces. So you don't think it's okay for you to be there. But why we're also going to be looking at the letter that Job Scala sends out. And also listen to what his attorney is going to say. That is Beatrice. She's going to also be talking regarding the issue of Job Scala. Very, very, very sad indeed. So guys, tell me what you think in the comment section below. We can't wait to hear what SADC is going to be saying tomorrow. I'm desperate. I am praying. I'm asking you to pray with us. Let's pray together. You know, I believe in divine intervention. I believe in the God who sent angels to go and speak on your behalf. I've seen it. God does it. He does. I've seen situations where God intervened. I know some of you may not believe. You may not have as much faith or relationship that I have with God. But I know God can do anything. He can do anything. He can change the situation in the twinkle of an eye. I'm sure the reason why ZANU PF was blocking and trying to threaten Hichilema, everyone, because they knew that the outcome may not be what they want to hear. I can tell you the truth. They knew. People are tired. Zimbabwe's situation has been sitting here for a long time. And I'm telling you, what is it about ZANU PF that they can get away with things all the time? No, it's time. It's about time that we have to free ourselves. And Zimbabwe is to be the nation that the Lord has given to us. We all have to live in that nation, enjoying it, happy. Even if we fail, at least let's fail when there are opportunities for everyone. Let's make decisions. Let us be freely, like some of us who are speaking. We must have the freedom to speak. Freedom of speech is very important. You know what I mean? Those are some other people's talents that they are subjugating. It's wrong. Let people be. Freedom of speech. Opportunities for all. No bootlicking, but really exalting talents and gifts. Having a society that promotes sanity. That's what we want. A better country. I want a free, fair, and a credible election. Let's pray for that. Whatever we want, God said, ask me, and you shall receive. He said, you have not because you pray not. You have not because you ask not. He said so. So you and me should know that there's power in asking from the Father. From Yahweh, and said, Daddy, I said to God, let's have a conversation. We need to talk. Tonight, we're going to be talking. Sit down here. Father, I saw you doing the incredible things when you freed so many people in the past. This time, you do it for us. Do it again, Lord, and I'm asking you to do it again. Free your people. It's the time that you have to do it. So let's pray for one another and pray for our country and believe that God can do it. For those who are saying, you don't have to be a Christian to pray. Please, don't bring this Christian church. No, you have to understand that you have a daddy, that when things are tough, you can go back and say, Daddy, come on, let's have a conversation. What's up? He's your father. Yahweh's your dad. He's your father you're going to be with for the rest of your eternity. Do you understand? He's not only a church father. No, he's your daddy for everyone across the world. We belong to one Father. Talk to him. You have a conversation. You don't have to be mysterious or to be holy. No, talk to him. Daddy, please, we need a way out. What's up? Where to from here? Talk to us. Father, you said let's come reason. Let's reason. Our people are losing so much. Daddy, let's talk. Listen, Can we tell you that even marriages are falling apart? You are the ones who said marriages must stand. You are after a holy seat. Look what's happening. Look, your people are being destroyed. Look, the sins around us. Look, the evil is not stopping. Come on. Where to from here? Tell us. What happened to our land? How can we restore sanity? We want restoration. You are an exalted family. We want to be together with our people. There's something about spending time with your people. There are people who are getting old in foreign lands. They need to come back. Their ancestors are calling. You said so. You could tell Abraham. You could tell Isaac to go back to their ancestors. Do it again. Come back. Do it again. Give us the way out. Please close the mouth of the wicked. Give us the way out. Talk to him. Tell him. You will listen to you. He's a father. He said if you ask from your earthly father for food, ask for meat. Okay, he said fish. Will your daddy gives you a snake? No, because it's your father. He loves you, right? If you ask him for bread, can they give you stones? No. What about me, your heavenly father? When you ask me, what can I do for you? That's Yahweh speaking, your daddy. Don't complicate things. He's your daddy. Listen to me. He's your father. Go back to him. Speak to him tonight. Talk to him. Even now, ask him, Daddy, we need a solution in our country. Enough of this chaos. We are tired of fighting, and we can't be a curse in this world. We can't be known for being a nation of confusion. We can't be embarrassed. I saw exchanges between Maimane and Mnangagwa over the weekend regarding the rugby. What an embarrassment. This is the man that stands as a president in our country, who represents us, was being humiliated on Twitter by Maimane and said, don't even talk about Springboks, you rig elections. Can you see? Let's talk to God to restore sanity, to restore structures, to restore dignity. It's important. We deserve some love and dignity and respect. That's all I have for you this afternoon. I love you all, guys. For those who just joined us, please go and restart the live and make sure that you watch. And also visit some of my videos there. Just be blessed. Let's move. Let's build our country. Let's build the Zimbabwe that we want. You and me, we deserve better. You and me, we are beautiful. We are amazing people. We deserve nothing but the best. We must stand for what we know we deserve. It's the best or nothing. I love you all. May God bless you and may God bless Zimbabwe. See you later. I'll see you this afternoon. I love you. Bless you.